Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am very excited to share my essay as a mid-exam of Economic and Business Landscape course. The topic of my essay is cost sensitivity of Indonesian consumer toward motorbikes, the implication to the commitment in supporting Paris Agreement and net zero emission 2060. But before I start with my presentation, I would like to introduce myself first. Okay, this is my short biography. Yeah, my name is Herti Kirana, and I'm currently a student in the MBA Executive Program at SBM ITB, majoring in sustainability, with a scholarship from my office, which is Permata Bank. I hold a bachelor's degree in public health from the University of Indonesia. Professionally, I've been with Permata Bank since 2005, currently serving as a Senior Vice President for Collateral Valuation and Document Management. Before that, I worked in research and development roles at Media Group, Media Indonesia and Metro TV, and also Kompas, and I also contributed to the academic as a lecturer and research supervisor at several universities, including national universities and UI. With over 2 decades of experience in banking, media, and research, I am now very passionate about integrating sustainability into real business practice. Start with the background first. Yeah, we can see from the left side of the table, Indonesia is at the second position in terms of population of motorbikes. We have over 100 million motorbikes. So, as the second highest motorbike population in the world, our transportation sector is being a major contributor of CO2 emissions. So we have also support to Paris Climate Agreement and also to achieve the net zero emission by 2060. And we can see the journey, that has declared by PLN. So shifting to electric motorbikes is very critical for reducing emissions, but we are now facing some major adoption barrier. We can see at the slide 4, government role, regulation, and initiative. It is actually our government has taken several steps, such as launching the Perpres number 55, year 2019, and also the presidential instruction number 7, 2022. And that is shown that EV development has been promoted in Indonesia. And also for the subsidy, 7 million per unit was also introduced in 2022 and already applied in around February 2023. And unfortunately, the subsidy is finished at the 2024. So, despite this effort, the adoption of electric motorbikes remains low. Even sales volume dropped sharply in Q1 2025, signaling a potential market crisis. Okay, so let's continue to the problem statement slide. You see that the biggest issue is the high upfront cost of motorbikes. Yeah, we can see at the upper uh, graphic, at the right side, we can see that the sales volume declined rapidly. Some factories have even started laying off workers due to falling demand. And also the left side, we can see the graphic of the comparison ratio between the IC bike versus electric motorbike. Yeah, so compared to conventional motorbikes, EV are significantly more expensive, mainly due to battery costs and limited infrastructure. Without consistent incentives, sales decline rapidly. So the question is, how sensitive are Indonesian consumers to price? You see, this is the map of Indonesia and showing us that the motorcycle sales, or IC motorbike has not get at their saturation point yet. Yeah, so the interest of the public society in Indonesia is, to be honest, still in fossil fuel motorbike instead of electric motorcycle. Yeah. So the question is, how sensitive are Indonesian consumers to price? Okay. Uh, in assessing this problem, yeah, we have some material and methodology. Yeah, we take. Yeah. For material, we use quantitative analysis using secondary data from credible sources, such as the data from the association, both from the IC bike or the electricity motorbike. And also, we use the literature reviews from reputable platforms such as Scopus, Elsevier, Journal Finder, Google Scholar, Schemago Journal Rank, Mendeley, etc. And for the methodology, we use the test, linear regression, price sensitivity meter or PSM, supply and demand analysis, stakeholder mapping, SWOT analysis, and also the scenario analysis. While for the problem itself, I consider this as a simple context because the kind of problem is we know what others already know actually. Okay. So besides that, the domain itself is also the best practice, yeah, that we can adopt from any other country that have been successfully first, yeah, before Indonesia, such as in China, yeah, the Shenzhen city, yeah, has 100% population of electric motorbike, yeah, because the regulation is quite strong, yeah. They were forbid the fossil fuel motorbike. Yeah, so with the subsidy and also the support from the government, the electricity bike is quite successful. About t-test analysis, yeah, that we try to calculate, yeah. We make the hypothesis, yeah, DH null is price doesn't significantly influence, while the H1 is price significantly influence purchase decision. So we can see that from the table and also from the calculation, without subsidies, average demand was only around 8,000 units, while with subsidies, the demand could get jump higher, reaching 60,000 units. And also the t-test result was statistically significant because the P is 0.0018. The regression analysis also showed that subsidies explain 90% of demand variation. Yeah, so it is clearly subsidies are essential based on the t-test analysis and regression. Okay. Secondly, we were trying to take the secondary survey data. We analyzed the PSM study that group consumer by income. For the segment earning around 2 million to 6 million in monthly basis, the acceptance price of motorbike range from 12 million into 22 million, while the optimal price point was 18.3 million. Yeah, and also we can see from this table, yeah, the ratio. The smaller the income, the wider the gap. It means that limited purchasing power is aligned with the lower income people. The lower the income, the higher the price sensitivity. Okay, the government support, of course. Yeah, and also from this graphic, we can see, yeah, from the population earning 2 million to $6 million. Yeah, we can see that the optimal price is actually only 18 million. Yeah, so compared to the market price right now is it is slightly below. Yeah, so if the government reactivate the subsidy, the price optimal could jump higher. And this is the supply and demand analysis. Yeah, without subsidy, the equilibrium price is around 22 million, and quantity sold is around 12,600 units. But with a 7 million subsidy, price drops into 15 millions, demand jumps to over 60,000 units. This proves that the market is extremely price elastic. Okay. The next is stakeholder mapping. Yeah. Well, we also map the stakeholders. Yeah. The high interest actors is consumers, ride-hailing companies like Grab, B2B. Yeah, and also the high power actors such as government, bank, PLN, etc. These groups must work together to align incentives, financing, and regulation to make EV viable. Okay, and the next is SWOT analysis. Yeah, we can summarize the key insight from SWOT is the strength of electric motorbike is low maintenance cost and clean energy, and the weaknesses is high initial cost, lack of trust, poor infrastructure, and also the opportunities, growing interest, rising fuel prices, fintech-based credit, etc. While the trades is the resale value that quite low, charging issues, and inconsistent policies. This shows while the potential is there, execution gaps remain. Okay. Scenario analysis. We put a model into four scenario. The BAU, yeah, the BAU is without any additional intervention from the government or any other stakeholder. So the minimal growth EV will stay at the niche market. And scenario number two, cost optimization or CO, manufacturing improvement could reduce price for about 10 to 15%, but this needs investment in R&D. And scenario national plan, reactivating subsidies will boost projected sales to 300,000 units in 2025. And for the zero carbon scenario, we will have full fiscal incentives, tax cut, infrastructure, and ICE restriction. That is the only scenario that achieves mass adoption. Okay. Finally, we can grab some key findings, yeah, from our study, from our assessment, yeah, about the electric motorbikes cost sensitivity in Indonesian market, yeah. Number one is sales surged 7 times during subsidy period. Okay, the volume become picking up from the 800 units to breach 600 units of electric motorbike. Yeah, it is happened at the subsidy period. And number two is regression. Yeah, 90% of demand variation. Yeah, it is explained by the subsidy. Yeah, or itu ya R kuadrat 0.003. And the PSM or price sensitivity shows optimal price around 18.3 million for mid-income consumers. And also the scenario analysis, only zero carbon scenario achieves mass adoption. Okay, so the conclusion, we can say that e-motorbike adoption is crucial to meet the NGE 2060 goals. And success will depend on sustained subsidies, infrastructure, and regulatory support, yeah, such as the forbidden restriction of the IC motorbike, etc. And also we need a coordinated public-private strategy, yeah, that is very essential for this. So some recommendation that can be proposed to the stakeholder, yeah, government and other party that has high power and high interest also, yeah. We can reactivate subsidy and keep it sustained. And also we can sustain and scale the fiscal incentives. We also need to develop nationwide charging or swapping infra, and we need to target low income buyers with financing support. Yeah. We need to support from the bank, for example, so the credit or loan for the electric motorbike is not harder than the IC motorbike, yeah. And the last, yeah, we need to set a long-term EV adoption roadmap. Okay. Uh, okay. Before Um, finally, yeah, last but not least, thank you for your attention. Hope my presentation could support the net zero emission in Indonesia's target in 2060. Yeah, let's go sustain and let's pledge that sustainability start from me.